welcome back to my channel. I'm Jasan, and if you haven't yet seen my previous video where I give a little bit of a background about myself as well as explain what my channel is all about, then I will put the link in the description below. Please click the link to check out the video, share it with your friends so we can build a community, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Now you're here because you want to find out my 10 pregnancy tips. Now these are things that I used or did during my pregnancy that helped to reduce my symptoms. Tip number 1. Do not let other people's experiences overwhelm you. Everyone's experience is going to be different, and I know this may seem like a no-brainer to some people, but when you're pregnant and you're hearing other women talk about their experiences with childbirth and their morning sickness and things like that, it can cause you to feel anxious about what your journey is going to be like. Please try to keep a positive mindset. Now, I was blessed to have not been as sick as I thought I was going to be. I have 2 older sisters, and both of them had terrible morning sickness. I didn't think I was going to be an exception. Not to mention, I believe it was my first doctor's visit when my doctor told me that once I got to 6 to 8 weeks, that's when my morning sickness would start and I was going to feel really sick. He told me that the sicker I felt, the healthier my baby was. So you can imagine the anxiety that caused me. I was never sick, guys. Aside from the occasional feeling unwell or feeling nauseated if I had something I didn't like to eat, or if I ate too much, or if I was hungry, I was perfectly fine. I had no morning sickness, no night sickness, no midday sickness, nothing. But what happens to someone else might not happen to you. Tip number 2, expect skin changes and the skin tags. Yes, skin tags. I remember seeing them come up one at a time, 2 at a time. I had them under my eyes, I had them on my cheek, I had them under my neck. My neck was the worst. I still have lots on my neck, and I have a couple still just right under my eye. And yes, these happen. And I remember laying in bed and looking up skin tags on YouTube during my pregnancy, and a lot of women experience this. It's just not something that you hear about, but just expect it, and if it happens, do not be alarmed. It's not uncommon. Tip number 3, dizziness. Now, if you're feeling dizzy all the time all of a sudden, honey, it's just the pregnancy symptoms. Now, this could just be something that happens to you during your pregnancy, or it could be related to a drop in your blood pressure or a drop in your blood sugar. Now, if you're not alone, have someone bring you some juice or some water and a snack of any kind, and just sit down, take a couple of breaths, have something to eat and drink, and just wait it out. It will pass. But if you're starting to feel dizzy, sit down. Tip number 3, fatigue. And this is one of the 2 most common symptoms in pregnancy. You're going to be exhausted, and unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it. You're growing a baby inside your body, so your body is going through drastic changes. You need to rest as much as you can. Tip number 5 will have to be nausea. And guys, this one's right up there with fatigue. You cannot get rid of it. Every pregnant woman I've ever known have had some nausea at one point or the other. Now, I recommend that you try ginger tea. I found it is best if you buy the actual ginger root and make your tea with it. Now, you can get it at Walmart, and if you live in Canada, you can get it at the superstore. Or you can try crackers. Just keep a couple of crackers at your bedside and just have it if you're starting to feel nauseated. If you hear my baby in the background, don't worry, I'm not neglecting my child. My husband's with him. Tip number 6, weight changes. Now, if you're pregnant and you're losing weight, if this is a concern to you, then just speak to your doctor. Chances are you're okay and you'll gain your weight back as your pregnancy progresses along. With that said, I am aware that most women will gain weight during their pregnancy. If this is concerning to you, please do not try to diet. I'm here to tell you that you're absolutely beautiful. You're growing a baby inside you, and your baby will need all the nutrients that it can get. So if you're feeling hungry, you need to eat. You will lose that weight after your baby is born, whether you have to work at it or it will just go away naturally and you return to your pre-pregnancy weight. It is temporary and it is completely normal. Tip number 7, anxiety. Now, it is not uncommon for you to be concerned about the health of your baby. We all know that once we get to that stage in our pregnancy, especially when we can feel the baby moving, the minute you don't feel the baby moving, panic mode. Now, I used a home fetal Doppler, and I would recommend you try the same. I know this is somewhat controversial because some people tell you don't do it because it will cause you more anxiety, and it can, because if your baby is in an awkward position, or your baby is at a gestational age where you're not sure where your baby's heart would be located, then you won't be able to hear the heartbeat. And then this can cause you some stress. So you gotta take it with a grain of salt. But I found that it was helpful to me. I was able to listen to my baby's heartbeat when I didn't feel my baby moving. And then when I went for my doctor's visit, I just kind of watched where he put the Doppler, and then I just try to put it the same spot to try to make sure I'm getting an accurate heartbeat, because you can also be listening to your own blood flow, or you can be listening to the uterine flow as well. There are several components, so just keep that in mind. So with that said, if you're still not hearing your baby's heartbeat, or you heard it and you still feel a little bit worried, mother's intuition, go check it out. Just go to a walk-in clinic and they'll listen to your baby's heartbeat and they'll let you know if everything's okay. Tip number 8 is exercise, guys. So you don't need to do vigorous exercises, especially if you were not the type of person who exercised before pregnancy. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're going for walks, if even for 5 minutes at a time, and do stretches that are comfortable for you. Do not overdo it. But some exercise is good for both you and your baby. Exercise can help to reduce back pain, bloating, constipation, and swelling. It can also help to uplift your mood and lift your energy levels. It can help you to sleep better, prevent excess weight gain, and improve your muscle tone, strength, and endurance. Tip number 9, difficulty sleeping. Guys, invest in a pregnancy pillow. I would tell any pregnant mama I know, get yourself a pregnancy pillow. I was uncomfortable. I couldn't feel comfortable sleeping in any position until I got that pregnancy pillow. I would be uncomfortable. I wouldn't know how to position myself, but it helped. It helped me, and I'm sure it will help you as well. So I bought mine at Sleep Country. I believe I paid $150 at the time, and it was on sale. So it might be just a tiny bit more expensive at regular price, but it will be worth it. You'll be happy you did it. You'll get better sleep. Tip number 10 will have to be about constipation and the hemorrhoid. And this is a big one, guys. This is one of those pregnancy symptoms that nobody wants to talk about, because women are either embarrassed to have experienced it during pregnancy, or they just find it to be gross, or they don't want to gross anyone out by talking about it, right? But 3 of every 4 women will experience constipation during their pregnancy, and 50% of women will experience having hemorrhoids. Now, constipation is caused by the increase in the release of the progesterone hormone. Now, what progesterone does is it relaxes the muscles, including the intestines. Once the intestines are relaxed, then that slows down peristalsis. So the stool isn't moving through the intestines as it would before pregnancy. When you're constipated, this will require more force when you're trying to use the toilet. So then this is how hemorrhoids are developed. You can reduce constipation and the risk of hemorrhoids by consuming a high fiber diet. Now, this could include fruits, vegetables, beans, whole grains, etc. Or you can talk to your doctor about taking a fiber supplement. Drink lots of water. Ensure that you're getting your 8 glasses or more per day. Go when you feel the urge to do so. Try prunes or prune juice. And exercise. Guys, I can't stress that enough. Now, if none of these things are effective for you, then talk to your doctor. He may be able to prescribe stool softeners for you. Now guys, this is the end of the video, and it was lovely sharing my tips with you as to things that helped me to reduce my pregnancy symptoms. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss my videos when I upload them on Wednesdays. Also, share and leave a comment in the comment section of your own experience. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week.